In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really awesome hanging succulent candle holder using all items from the Dollar Tree. So stay tuned and I will show you how to do it. All right, y'all, let's get started. So yeah, this is going to be sort of a lengthy little project. I want to do my very best to keep my video as close to the 10-minute point as possible. I try to do that with all my videos. But what you're going to need for each one of these little doohickeys that you want to make, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need one of these, well, most of mine in my Dollar Tree is all about wine. So one of these signs, you see they're fairly long rectangles and the frame here is pretty thick. So you're going to need one of these and you're going to need two of these square signs. Now, my Dollar Tree had a bunch of different styles and I picked these because the edges here are really, really thick and they're really sturdy and they would support some weight. So that's why I chose these. And they also have like these little sawtooth hangers on the back. Excuse the paint all over my hands. I've been working on a bunch of stuff today. They had these little sawtooth hangers on them, held in with screws, and I just removed those, removed the labels on the back. Now for these, I'm just going to pop these out like that. Oh, did you see that one? That one was heart-shaped. And I'm going to see if I can pop this one out. I don't know if I can or not. Let's try to do this without maiming myself. There we are. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with those. You're also going to need glue of some sort. Now, I'm going to be using my hot glue gun and glue sticks. If this is going to be used like for a candle holder or going to have a lot of weight on it, you might want to use something like E6000, but I'm going to use my glue gun. I also have some white acrylic paint and some white spray paint. I have a handful of Dollar Tree succulents, a bag of these little Dollar Tree rocks, and a package of Dollar Tree twine. So, first off, what you need to do is hold your scissors correctly. That's the first thing you need to do, is we want to take this off of this. And I have another one that I'm working on, a different style. And let me tell you, these little things right here are a bugger to get off, okay? They're a pain in the tushy. Now, I just want to show you, because these staples are really in there. Believe me, I have a staple puller. It did not work. I tried a very thin screwdriver, scissors. They're in there, believe me. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to leave these in, because this part is going to be facing a wall in my house, and I'm not worried about it. I am sincerely not worried about it. You're not going to see it. So, you know, you can take them out if you want to. But basically, what you're going to do is strip this down. You're going to pop out those little center things, just like I showed you. And I want to set this off to the side for a moment. And we'll work on that here in a little bit. But first off, what I want to do is, I have some of this twine. This is also from Dollar Tree. And what I want to do is, and I know that this is going to be time consuming, what I want to do is wrap this whole little pot with this twine. So I'm going to pop that out to try to make it a little bit easier on myself. And I'm just going to, now the bottom does not have to be perfect. In fact, I know it's not going to be perfect. So I'm just going to start like this. You can start wherever you want to. This is where I want to start. So I'm just going to start mine in the center. You see, I'm just going to spiral it around and around and around. You spin me right around. Okay. Y'all know I got to break into song. So I'm just going to keep spinning it around just like that. Do I need to zoom in? Woo, hello. I'm just going to keep spinning it around like that, just putting little blobs of hot glue here and there. Now, when I start going up the sides, it's not going to be that difficult, but you know, always working like in a tight spiral like this can always be a pain. And I try to keep my glue all on one side. Reason for that being is, if I make a messy side, if I have like a messy side versus a good looking side, we all have one of those, right? I can put that messy side towards the wall and you're not going to see it. So what I'm going to do is just continue to spiral this rope around and around and around, working my way up the sides all the way up to the top. Now, put that to the side. Another thing I wanted to show you with one of these, not this. Actually, I apologize. It's not going to be one of those square ones. It's going to be this rectangular piece here. These are little screw eyes. Now, if you don't have any of these, you can use like a pony bead. And you want to glue a pony bead like right onto here so that the loop is coming this way. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to suspend this little basket doohickey from this point here. And I got these screw eyes because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually screw one of these into this area right here, and that's where I'm going to hang my little basket. So I'm going to keep wrapping my rope around this little pot. I'm going to strip all of this away, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you what else we're going to do. Alrighty, my friends, so here is my little succulent pot that is all wrapped in twine, and I did take out the styrofoam piece, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. Alright, so I do have like my little eye bolt thingy screwed into there, and yes, there was a booger to get in there. What I did is I held it in place with my pliers here, and then I had like my little craft hammer and bashed it in there just a little way, and then finished turning it in with my fingers, you know, so not really a problem there. Now, I'm trying to think about the best way to do this, because what I want to do is I'm going to take a length of this and I'm going to glue it down into the corner of my little pot here, and then we're going to suspend it from here. And I'm trying to think of how far down I want my pot to hang. I think that's good right there. So this is going to be, and it's all up to you, you know, how long you want to cut this. Where's my scissors? So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the same length because I kind of want to crisscross them, I think. Like this. So now that I have my strings, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to glue half of them in. Once again, I'll show you why here in a second, because we got to glue this together and we got to paint it. And you don't want your little basket hanging on there while we're going to paint it. So just going to glue this. Give me something. Hey, I got a plastic spoon over here. Just to kind of press that down in there. And I have the end of, I'm at the end of my rope. I have the end of my rope touching the bottom of the little pot so that I know it is going to be good and even. So now, get out of the way. I'm going to glue another one over here. Like I said, you know, we don't want to put it on our framework yet because we got to paint it. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Okay. Now, see, here's our little pot. I got my 2 pieces of twine. Because, see, after I paint this, I'm just going to loop one part through, bring it down. I got hair on it. And glue it in. And then we're going to take the other part, loop it in, and glue it down. Okay, I just wanted to get those 2 put in so that later on it's going to be less awkward and less aggravating to have like all 4 of these ends stuck in hot glue. And I think also what I want to do is to give this a little bit of weight so, you know, that it kind of hangs. I'm going to put like one of these stones in here. All right, now I'm going to set that off to the side. Now what we're going to do, and this may be a little hard to see, I'm going to take this, and see the open side is going down like that. I'm going to glue this to that. Trying to get it lined up and even. Trying to. All right, that works. Now, like I said, you know, you can use whatever kind of glue you want. I'm using hot glue because this is not going to be really heavy and, you know, there's not going to be any pressure on it. But you can use E6000 if you want to, some sort of, you know, liquid Gorilla Glue, whatever. That looks pretty even. Now I'm just going to flip it upside down, see, and do the same thing. So let's put some hot glue there. And I know that this is difficult to see. I'm sorry. So I just glued that down. Now I'm going to paint this entire thing with a coat of this white acrylic paint. Y'all know that I love spray paint. I do love spray paint, but I have found that this kind of wood right here, sometimes, I don't know if these will, but I've made other Dollar Tree items out of similar pieces and they will really absorb your paint, okay? So I'm going to go with a good base coat of the acrylic paint. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to give it a once over with the spray paint because I don't like the little brush strokes that you can see when you paint a large item with acrylic paint. So I'm going to give it a coat of this, let that dry, and we'll come back, give it a coat of the spray paint. Whoops, I just hit the camera. See, as you can see, this is what or where our little plant hanger is going to be, and hang down here, and then up here in the top is where we're going to put a bunch of these rocks and just stick some succulents in there, make like a little succulent garden on top, where you can put a candle, whatever you want to put, don't matter. I'm going to go paint this and I'll be back here in a little bit. Alrighty, I believe this is dry for the most part, and I see some little specks here and there. I'm probably going to want to go back and touch up with some sandpaper after a while. Now, I did run to the Dollar Tree again this morning because I was wanting some of those battery powered, like the LED pillar candles that they have, and they did not have any, so I just grabbed one of these out of my bedroom. It's battery powered as well, and I believe it came from Big Lots a while back, I believe is where I got this. Now, I think, how am I going to do this? I think I'm just going to set my little bucket here. Now, this strand that I have on this side, I want to run it through this eyelet and then glue it in the opposite corner. Why is this shaking? I'm sorry. And I want to bring it through here and then glue it in the opposite corner. So we're going to attempt to do that. And it's so hard. I'm trying to do this at an angle so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now let's put just a little bit of glue. Come on. Drip down in there. Thank you. Do like I did a while ago. Let's see. I'm just going to run this down kind of towards the bottom there. Where did my plastic spoon go? Here we go. My plastic spoon. I usually have like a handful of chopsticks or popsicle sticks or something that I use to press down my glue and whatnot. Okay, now I'm going to take this strand that's in this corner, run it through the eyelet, and then glue it down in the opposite corner. See how I want each piece of the rope, twine, whatever you want to call it, to go in the opposite corner. I'm thinking that might help it to hang straight, you know? We'll see. All right, so I'm going to pull that through there. And now let's drop some glue. Come on. There we go. All right. Where did it go? We're got all these pieces of rope. It's hard to see. Okay. Now I'm trying to make sure I don't get my head in the way of the camera, y'all. I'm trying to show you how to make something you can see the top of my head. That wouldn't be too cool, would it? All right. And like I said, I have that little rock down in there just to kind of give it a little bit of weight because it's so light. You know, I think it might help it to hang a little bit more straight, more even. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. All right, now this is the styrofoam that came in it, and I was trying to decide because I have a lot of these succulents. I was trying to decide which one I want to put in the pot, and I think I'm going to use this one. Of course, like I said earlier, I was going to fill the top with succulents, and I think I've changed my mind, and I want to use a candle now. Y'all know how I am. I start off going down one path and then I swerve and go that way. So we'll see how it's all going to work out. Now I got that rock in the bottom there. I think I may have to, oh Lord, we're going to make a mess. Yes, we are. We're going to get styrofoam particles all over the place, but it's all right. I will clean it up later. Let's kind of press this down in there. Let's see. I just have to pull this out here. Try to not pull anything apart. Can y'all see? Okay. I don't know why I keep asking questions. I'm like, y'all can't answer. Might go back and put some moss on top of that styrofoam too, just to make it look a little bit better. All right. I want that glue to sit there for a few minutes to set up. Now in the top here, like I said, I'm going to put some of these rocks, and I'm going to put this candle I don't know, I might stick a succulent or two in there. I don't know. I'm so undecided as to what I want in the top at this exact moment. So I'm going to let that sit up, play around with it. If I have any moss, I might put some down in there. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to pause the video one more time and work on that. And then we'll come back and see what I got. All right, y'all, here we go. Here is the top. See, I put my rocks in, and then there is my glowy candle. And I think I'm going to go back and sand this little spot here because that was like a bump in the frame that I was using. So I'm going to smooth that out and then touch it up with some paint. But there we go. There's our little hanging pot. And I put some moss in the bucket. I think I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to have a spot of paint on it. But anyway, there we go. And I just messed with this back and forth until I got it to hang the way I wanted it to. But there we go, our little succulent hanging candle holder doohickey using Dollar Tree items. So if you would, please give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!